Going to New York was definitely exciting for us. You never know when you take a new project to market how it's going to be received, and yes, we had some initial strong interest from our own network, but it's been really exciting to pitch to people that know nothing about us and really just living or dying by the quality of the idea and our execution of the idea. And it's been really exciting, I have to say, just to see people love it. Like, they really get the disruptive impact of what we're trying to do, and that's been really exciting. Coming back from New York, we just had a fresh sense of energy and drive for the projects. And projects like this, there are so many pieces, there's so many moving parts, and it's exhausting and it's draining. But just coming back with a sense of possibility, it gave us a new spring in our step. And it was just really exciting to come back to the London team and just kick ass. Where are we on everything? So bounty, influencers, marketing, the world getting excited about Giftcoin.
Well, we've got a good start. We haven't got everything ticked off. So we launched a competition with James on Thursday. So now we have over 2,600 email subscribers who are interested in sharing the news about Giftcoin. We've got the Telegram group that we set up on Friday. There's over 540 members on that.
Twitter's over 500, I think, as well.
Over 600 now, yeah. We've had on the competition post over 7,000 likes.
Is that right?
On the actual post, yeah. So we need to be able to convert that into the Facebook page.
People actually know who we are.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that. People know we exist. They know who we are, but they know we exist.
So I'm part of a private crypto group, and we were talking about the fact that I was sort of posting there and let them know about the
Facebook group.
The Facebook group, and they've already done it for us. He said, "Oh, this looks really interesting. I'll speak to Bridget. She should be able to help." And that is organically happening, which I'm really pleased with, considering we've been launched at the end of last week.
A mutual friend introduced me to someone who's a heavy hitter in the business kind of corporate social responsibility world, and introduced on Facebook Messenger, and the guy came straight back and was like, I was this morning reading an article about you guys in the charity press.
Right,
yeah.
Perfect.
So that was it's although it's only just started, like the word is out, and there's tons of PR. I mean, there's CNN, BBC, there's just loads and loads of PR lining up as well. So I mean, it's happening.
It is.
One thing that's really hard to control, but I think is also is crucial, is we want to build the social media and the PR to a fever pitch at the right time. Because you can't, I don't think we can, the level of noise we're trying to create, you can't sustain that more than for really a few weeks. And so it's trying to pump stuff at the right time. But the social influencers and the PR, and it's all going to feed, because we get PR, that's going to get shared on kind of social media, and then stuff gets shared, that's going to impact the influencers. So it's all kind of interlinked. Getting people talking about the project is crucial. And when you're starting from ground zero, that's a big mountain to climb, especially in a space where there's a lot of projects, there's a lot of good projects, and making this project one that stands out is absolutely crucial. So discovering that we've got engagement, like people are starting to care, it's a huge relief, but it's also exciting, like it's something we know we can build on.
We've got a bit of an issue. I've just checked on Contego with Rebecca's passport.
Which is this is for the KYC.
Yeah, exactly. And it's failed on multiple occasions. So it says it can't check her identity document. No sample data found. Please look at a valid identity document. Unable to verify address for Rebecca Hodges. No match on surname for address for Rebecca Hodges. Unable to verify DOB for Rebecca Hodges. Social media data for RJ Hodges film not found.
Either Rebecca's not who she says she is.
No, the thing is, you're voting for them, right? You live that address, so you're on the electoral roll.
Yes.
So it should find it.
Bullshit.
One of the things when you're doing a token sale or initial coin offering, which is really important, is doing know your customer and anti-money laundering checks on everyone that invests money. That is an absolute legal requirement. Some projects don't do that. Personally, I think that's completely crazy. For us, it's crucial to make sure that everything is done to the standard it needs to be done. The problem is that we had to build our own technology to do that process. We couldn't find third-party software which we felt was going to deliver what we needed. When you build any new technology, of course, there can be challenges. And what we found was that the system was so restrictive that no one was passing. On one hand, sure, we want to make sure that we comply with all the regulation, but if our system is so rigid that no one passes, we're going to have no investors in the project.
Who is Contego?
Contego provide the checking, so when everyone signs up for our sale, our pre-sale, they go through know your customer and anti-money laundering checks, which Contego, they have a piece of software which does it automatically. I was worried because they're a UK company that they're not going to be checking, they're not going to be as good checking American addresses, and obviously we've got a lot of Americans logging onto our system. I'm a little worried.
And currently it's not working.
Well, I uploaded your details. It's saying you failed. And the reason you failed is because it can't find you at that address. It doesn't have a match on your surname at that address. It's checking a bunch of databases in the States and none of them are actually showing that you live there.
Right. Do you have a backup plan?
No.
So just on the way into the office at the moment. Another fucking crazy day. Too many late nights, not enough sleep, too many moving parts. So yeah, I mean it's hard to explain sometimes what you go through when you're trying to do a project like this. But we just keep on grinding, and we'll get there. Even when a project like this is going well, it doesn't change the fact that you don't get enough sleep, you don't get to spend the quality time you want with your family. I have a wife and 3 young daughters, and I still spend time with them, but I'm tired, I'm cranky in ways that they're not used to and I'm not used to. And it takes its toll. It takes its toll on us as the entrepreneurs, but it also takes the toll on the wider family. And that's just tough sometimes. When you feel like you're constantly being pulled in a million directions, knowing that if you drop a ball, that ball could be the end of the whole project, and everything that you've risked and everything that you've put out there can be wasted. That is a lot of pressure, and it's just, you know, there aren't easy answers. You just do what you have to kind of knuckle down and just get the job done.
I think we need to have a plan B. I'm not saying that we have to change things right now, but I want to have a serious discussion about what the implications would be.
Changing the date, I think, would have cataclysmic impacts, because I think it would lose confidence and trust in what we're doing.
I think it's negligent not to do it.
Tim and I had previously talked about moving the dates, and when we first talked about it, I had been quite resistant to the idea. I think there were a few reasons behind that, but I think fundamentally I just didn't like the idea of changing a plan that had been so carefully thought out. And yet what we realized was we had made so much progress in certain relationships, but they needed more time, especially with Christmas looming, the fact we were going to lose 2 or 3 weeks to Christmas and New Year. And also we wanted to have the time that when it came to launching the public sale, we felt ready. We don't just want to hit our minimum target. We want to smash it. We want to absolutely sell out the public sale, and we needed the time to do that.
If we just run the scenario, if we move the date, my concerns are part of what will is getting momentum with some of that stuff is it feels like there's some imminence to the public sale. Like, for example, the guys yesterday were like, oh, it's not, we've got till the 12th, and I was like, yeah. And then it's like, so then where's the urgency in making a decision? I mean, look, there's all, we know all the reasons why we don't want to move the date. And last time you and I sat in this room being filmed having a concept movie of the day, we both acted rather petulantly, so let's not do that this time.
No, I think I was reasonably vindicated actually, that last conversation. Look, we're gonna put the registration live on Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we can see, because we'll be able to see how many people signing up, what kind of thing we're generating. One thing I need to check is that if we deploy the smart contract, because what we'll have to do probably is deploy a smart contract and then redeploy on a smart contract, whether we can change the date. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. If we put it live on Wednesday, that's it's fixed.
And so you need to find that out. The other thing is just understand all the ripples, all the consequences if we move it. It's not insignificant. And it also means, we can't afford to pay the team for any longer. That's the other piece. So we could be running an ICO without a team.
Each week, Tim and I have a founders meeting, and it's in those meetings that the big decisions get made. And so something as significant as moving the date has to be approved by that group of people. We've got the pre-sale, then we've got another discount on the first 24 hours. So that first 24 hours, the public sale, is really important. So if we want to get significant uptake in that first 24 hours, we want to make sure we have as many eyeballs on it as possible. I think we're doing well on the pre-sale. We can talk about that more in a minute. But fundamentally, when it gets to middle of December, it's going to be very hard to get people to do anything for that 2 weeks. Also, Tim might be going to a very exclusive conference in early January with a lot of people that might be possibles. And we just want to get as big a pre-sale number as we can before we get on the public sale. It just made sense for all the reasons that we'd all discussed for a significant period of time. We had to make a decision. We decided to move the date to March. We felt that that would give us the time to absolutely deliver the best project that we can. And whatever implications that has in terms of cash flow and perhaps needing some more funds were a price worth paying for this project to be what we deeply believe it can be.
So it's Sunday 10th of December, it's about 11:15 at night. And I've just had an email from John Dushinsky, who is one of our main advisors and has interviews for us on BBC News and CNN, amongst other places, in 2 days' time, on Tuesday, and just found out his flight from Dubai has been cancelled. He's currently there in business, meant to land Tuesday morning and come straight to the interviews. And if you can see out my window that London is currently full of snow, and yeah, obviously if he can't get here, that's going to be a massive blow. So yeah, just really hoping, fingers crossed, that he's going to find a way to make it to London.